Welcome to day 2 in Hangzhou. In today's video, we'll be exploring the iconic West Lake in Hangzhou. We clocked in more than 30,000 steps that day, and we still didn't get to see everything. West Lake is seriously massive. Let's get into the video. While my parents were getting ready, I stepped out for a little walk outside our hotel. I really loved the location. The street is closed off to cars, which makes it feel super safe and peaceful to walk around. I knew the day was going to be a busy one, with lots of walking and exploring ahead. So I was just taking in the quiet moment, enjoying the peaceful vibe and watching people go about their daily lives. No trip to Hangzhou is complete without a visit to the West Lake, and it was our turn to explore. With so many sites spread across the lake, we picked a few spots to visit on our first day. Getting to West Lake was super easy, just a quick 10-minute ride from our hotel. The first place we visited was the famous Leifang Pagoda. This one's definitely a must visit. We grabbed a quick bite at this shop, which was conveniently located right by the entrance. It's so detailed. It was fairly crowded when we got there, mostly packed with locals. I didn't spot any foreign tourists around, or at least none that I could tell. That was our first glimpse of the pagoda, and it looked absolutely stunning. Check this out, guys. There's an escalator to take you up. Things like this just make sightseeing so much easier. The entire area around the pagoda is so well maintained, super clean and easy to navigate. There are plenty of food outlets nearby too, so you're never too far from a snack or drink. One thing that really stood out, the locals. Almost everyone we passed greeted us with a smile or a friendly nod. It instantly made the place feel so warm and welcoming. Before heading up to the top, we took a moment to enjoy the views of the pagoda from down. To make things easy, there's a lift that takes you all the way to the top. Just look at that view! Stunning, isn't it? The lake is massive, and the weather that day made it look picture perfect. The interiors had beautiful paintings, most likely scenes from folk tales connected to the lake. That's the newer side of the city, all modern and full of skyscrapers. We hung around there for a while, just soaking in the 360-degree views. It was absolutely beautiful. was a great start to our day. It got us excited for what was coming next. You can actually explore every floor of the pagoda, but we skipped it. We were more keen on heading straight to the lake.
It's so nice here. See this pagoda? It's so massive and I really like it. And it's so surprising they have an elevator inside. Usually if it's an historic building, you won't really see lifts inside, but in this one you do. So it's really good. And it also makes you want to go and explore the top. Sadly, there's no escalator going down.
On our way to the next spot, we couldn't help but notice how picturesque and perfectly maintained the pathways were. Everything just looked so clean and calm. It really added to the whole vibe. After a 10-minute walk, we found ourselves in the bustling West Lake area. It was packed with tourists. We grabbed a few snacks to keep our energy up. Those fried potato balls caught my attention. Just look at these pathways. It felt like we were walking through a painting. It was definitely crowded, but we managed to find some peaceful spots with beautiful views of the lake. Wow, the views just kept getting better and better. Everywhere we looked, it felt like a postcard, just so beautiful. It was time to head to the second spot of the day. We were off to a small island in the middle of West Lake. I was actually more excited for the boat ride to get there. This was the biggest island in Westlake, called Three Pools Mirroring the Moon. It's one of the main highlights to check out when exploring the lake. The island was already pretty busy, and there was plenty to see. Our plan was to do a full loop around before heading back to the jetty point. It felt so relaxing walking along these walkways on the water. Even though it was quite busy, everyone seemed absorbed in their own world, which made it feel peaceful in its own way. This section was a bit busier since there were some food outlets around. I was actually starting to get hungry, so I was hoping to find something to eat before I hit full-on hangry mode. This was the toughest walk I'd done so far that day. They were selling freshly made crispy pancakes, so we went in to grab some. While we snacked away, we couldn't stop thinking about all the breathtaking views we'd seen so far on the island. After that delicious snack, we had the energy to continue exploring. We were yet to see the main highlight of the island, so we headed that way. Some areas got quite crowded, mostly because of all the photo shoots going on. We finally made it to the main attraction here in this island. The three pagodas are actually on the Wanyuan Note, which is why it's such a popular photo spot. After ticking off that spot, we didn't hang around much and headed straight back to the jetty to get off the island. Along the island, there were several jetty points that took you to different spots around the lake. So we had to find the right one to get us to our next destination. There's our boat. Honestly, if you're visiting Westlake, this island's a must. Totally magical. The boat ticket included both the ride to the island and the return trip. We had to wait a little while for the boat to fill up a bit. I headed straight to the outdoor area for a better view. After a short ride, we arrived at a place called Zhongshan Park. The third place on our list was a small park by the lake, which we wanted to check out before exploring the rest of the area. But before that, we needed a good meal, and luckily we found a restaurant right at the entrance of the park. Everything we ordered was incredibly tasty. Honestly, each dish felt like the best thing I'd ever eaten. After that satisfying meal, we were excited to explore the rest of the area. This park was built on the original site of an imperial garden from the Qing dynasty. no. This wasn't really part of our plan. We actually just wanted to explore the park and head towards the direction of the arrow on the map, where we planned to check out some other spots. But yeah, we kept going uphill and got a little lost. After a few more wrong turns, we started heading downhill. But it turns out we actually ended up on the other side of the hill. By the time we realized we'd ended up in the wrong area, we were already pretty tired from all the walking. So we figured, why not just explore where we are and take a bit of a break? Even though we hadn't planned to explore this area, it actually turned out to be really beautiful. It was way quieter than the other spots, and the gardens here were so pretty. We ended up wandering around for a bit. We were low on water and energy, and this area didn't have any food stalls. So we figured we'd better start the long walk back to the other side. That uphill walk wasn't easy, but we found some shaded spots along the way to take some breaks. Looking back, even though we strayed from our original plan, we're really glad we ended up exploring a quiet and beautiful side of the lake. Finally, we made it back down to the park area, right near the exit gate. By this point, we were completely exhausted. Dad was a little frustrated with his own navigation skills, and Mum had absolutely no energy left to keep walking. So we decided to head towards the main road and find a taxi back to the hotel. Guess what? Even the walk to the main road was super scenic. Things were starting to get a bit crowded. But before heading off to find a taxi, we took a short walk by the lake, just to take in some peaceful views before wrapping up our time there. just a quick ride back to the hotel. We were totally drained, and there's nothing a good coffee can't fix. So we popped into the cafe right next door. Our evening was pretty packed too. We'd heard about a light show by the lake, so without wasting any time, we headed out to catch the metro. It was actually our first time taking the metro in China. I've got to say, I was instantly impressed. Super clean, fast, and just so efficient. I became a fan right away. In just 5 minutes, we were at the station closest to the lake. The vibe outside was amazing. Neon lights everywhere, massive LED billboards, and even a huge Apple store. It all felt so epic. But since we didn't want to miss the light show, we moved on quickly. And there we were, at the light show by the lake. By the time we got there, the place was already packed. We only managed to find a spot right at the back of the crowd. We knew the view wouldn't be the best, but honestly, we still enjoyed the show. There were heaps of security around. And after a while, they even stopped more people from entering our section. That's how insanely busy it got. From there, we set out to check out a popular night market nearby. But guess what? The street we were walking through was a night market as well. Snacks and lights all the way. Suddenly, we heard this buzzing sound, looked up, and there it was, a drone show. That was an unexpected treat. That was such a fun surprise to watch. Sometimes it's the unplanned moments that make the best memories. After that little detour, we continued on with our walk to the night market. This wasn't the biggest night market we've seen here, but it had a calm, peaceful vibe, almost like it was tucked away in the back streets of the city. There were plenty of food and souvenir stalls. The whole place just felt really relaxed. The fruit section of the market was definitely the busiest part. After wandering around for a bit, we found a spot inside a food court and decided to settle there. You could actually order from different stalls outside and bring it in, which is exactly what we did. I really enjoyed that night market. I'd totally recommend checking it out if you're visiting the lake in the evening. It's such a fun way to end the night. What a day it was! Over 30,000 steps, stunning Westlake views, a bit of getting lost, our first metro ride in China, lake shows, and street food to top it all off. We ended the day very tired, but so happy. In our next vlog, we'll be back at Westlake exploring another beautiful section of this iconic spot. Until then, take care!